Okay. This time around, entering Arbiter's ground. And I have a story about, the PNG tuber, the new one. Next time should be when I'm using the new one, like the actually like fully finished version. This is just one of the, this is one of the ones I sent back. So yeah, Arbiter's grounds is apparently filled with calisthenics. I'll have to keep that in mind. It is a desert temple. Staying in the sand for too long is a death. Oh yeah, I gotta be... Yeah, so I'm gonna... little tangent. It's not all that important because I am getting them, but for it... Oh yeah. Lantern oil. For the sake of like editing and stuff like that, I'm getting some new... Like, I'm getting some images. I wanted to get some, like, Twitch emotes. Because eventually I am going to stream Twitch and YouTube emotes. I am eventually going to start to stream, but that's not for right now. So I want to, you know, cover my bases and get all the stuff ready. That's why I have this, with, like, the chat box and all that. That's for eventual streaming. The Room of Stell Children is... This game likes its Stell Children. And by likes them, I mean they're in this one dungeon. So... I commissioned the same artist who actually did this model because I really like her work and her work ethic. So I commissioned her for this, or for the emotes and all that, and she mentions, or I said, I was honest. I specifically said that the main purpose I would be using them for would be just to chop them into editing. Just for the sake of, you know, doing that now. But then I'll use them for stuff later, Twitch and stuff later. She mentioned, she goes, oh yeah, no, that's not going to work. They're too small. They're like 20 pixels. They're not going to look good at all. You're going to upscale and they're going to look blurry. So she said that she can also make them in the large 2000 by 2000 format that I would need. For an extra... Oh, actually, I'm going to get to that in a second. But that was an ordeal. Also, these guys... For some reason, are just different pose. There's 4 of them in here, but for some reason these poses are just different. They just look different and function differently. I think they're ancient pose. But she offers to do that. Before that, though, it was... the deal she has is 6 Twitch emotes plus 1. Bonus one for $15. So 7 total for $15. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Which one do I want to be doing now? I think this is not the... Actually, there isn't even one in here, yeah. I think this is the one that's above. Yeah. I'm used to this on the Wii, so it's reversed on the Wii. But, what was I just saying? Yeah, so that... One, it's not like, oh, because you're buying more, you can just have more. No, it's 6 plus 1, but the artist gets to pick the 1. Which was a little bit of a shock. And that's actually what stemmed into me talking about using them for editing. Also, yeah, Arbiter's Grounds is huge. I think it's arguably the longest... Oh, no. It's like the second largest dungeon in the game. But that's actually what stemmed into me saying that I'm going to use it for editing. And then she brought up the size and all that. I think she agreed to do the one that the 7th one I picked, because I did give her a PDF with a bunch of a bunch of details on 7 different emotes. And that's when she taught me about the, she gets to pick thing. But the 2000 size thing was like that caused difficulty because it's what is it? It was 7 for 5 or 7 for 15, sorry. But in order to get the large images, normally she sells them for $250. $250 on extra for the big arts, but for me, she was willing to do it for cheaper. She was willing to do $5 for all of them. However, she only worded it as because you don't really need the emotes, I'm willing to do $5 for all. Also, this is a redid. They're evil in this game. She's willing to do $5 for all because I don't need the emotes. Okay. Now, in anyone's mind, right, $5 for all because you don't need the emotes makes it sound like she was willing to give me the 7 big pictures for... Is there I have to go up, right? Makes it sound like she was going to do the big pictures just for, $5, but I don't get the emotes. So I asked for clarification on that, and no, that was not what it was at all. Again, just for context, he said, she did say something along the lines of, because you would only need the big pictures, I can do 5 for all. So, again, that's how it was in my head. I asked about this, and I'm like, oh, what, just $5 for all the big pictures? She goes, yes, $5 for all the big pictures. But I wouldn't get the emotes then. She goes, no, you would still be getting the emotes. So I said, oh, just $5 for all? Just $5 for everything then? No, it was weird. Oh yeah, the pose disguising itself as one of them. But But no, that's not what it was at all. What it was is she was willing, instead of charging $250 for each of the big pictures, she was willing to sell all the big pictures for $5. Basically, buy two, get five free. But was doing a poor job at explaining that, because she kept doing the problem of relation. She kept doing that, like, very basic, like, beginner's trap for people who don't speak English the greatest. Now, of course, I never want to mock people for, you know, wanting to come over and, you know, not come over, but wanting to, like, dabble in English and all that if they're of another language. I never want to mock people for doing that. Especially because I'm getting good art out of the deal. But, in English, a lot of people don't understand. Like, a lot of people who don't speak English don't understand that, I don't think I can go up, no. Yeah, because I think I have to go up from above. They don't understand that there's a thing called, word relativity. And what word relativity is if I'm telling you a story, like, here's an example story, like, oh, yesterday I was sick. Yesterday I was sick, I wasn't feeling good, and I had to go to the hospital. In your head, automatically, I was so sick I had to go to the hospital, right? That's just how that makes sense. That's how that's worded, after all. I was so sick I had to go to the hospital. So someone I'm telling that story to would automatically, you know, of course, be like, oh, you were so sick you had to go to the hospital? No, I only had a sneeze. Well, then why did you go to the hospital? Oh, I had to pick up my mother's medication. Then why bring it up? Because I put it in the same, you know, story beat as me being sick. It became a relative detail. Which, you know, it wasn't. Where? Oh yeah, I went down, I have to go up here. So that's basically what they were doing, is they were mentioning details that were not relevant to what she, like, the deal she was trying to give me. She kept frequently mentioning the emotes and all this, and, like, all the price, the big price, and it was muddling all the information up. Eventually we got it settled. But I do kind of feel bad because I did, more or less, I don't want to say I conned them, but I am getting a lot more out of the deal than I should be. Because not only am I getting... Because she wanted to... Yeah, because she wanted to sell that for 20. Which, sadly, what actually gave me the cheaper price was because I was honest. And I mentioned how stupid Fiverr is. Fiverr, if you pay with Fiverr credits, which is the only thing you can get back if you get a refund, they don't get taxed. Like, they don't, Fiverr service taxes don't get applied to those. However, money does. So I mentioned to her that the price she's giving me comes up to $28. I only have 26 on the account. But if I were to pay the remaining, like, $1 or $2 in change, or in cash or whatever, the whole project would get extra tax added to it. And I would, it would come up to like $50. Because it really would. Fiverr's expensive. Oh, was I supposed to... Fiverr's pretty pricey if you're Canadian. Conversion and all that. A $15 package comes up to like 32 for me. It's insane. Is this the compass? Yeah, you got both of these really early. Let me check if that room I was just in had a chest. It did not. But, she kept doing that. She kept mentioning, like, details that, like... She's basically... Anytime the pricing was mentioned, she was breaking down the whole price, but not wording it as if it was a breakdown, which was causing me a great deal of confusion. I'm not fighting a re-dead normally. So eventually we squared it away, but she did give me... Because she was like... The normal emo package was, you know, 7 for 15. She was willing to do 7 plus the large variants for 20, but because I explained the price problem, she bumped it down to the emotes, the emote normal sizes, the big one, that $20 bundle that she was talking about, for just 15. So not only did I get a big discount, I got the big discount big discounted. Which is nice. I'll never turn down a, you know, a discount. Are you just infinitely spawning? But I am always trying to do that on Fiverr. Like, I do always try to get a little bit of an extra deal. So I feel like, you know, that's the duty of a buyer, right, is to get the best deal they can. It's just, you also gotta understand that the duty of the seller is also to get the most amount of money out of it as they can. So it's this little war of attrition where one has to bend the knee slightly. Yeah, because it was, what, 7 for 15 plus the 250 for each of the extra pictures. Would have been, that's an extra $17 just about, I think. So it would have come up normally to like 30 something. To which she then discounted it to 20 and then further to 15. So if I do not leave a tip, I am most likely gonna feel like a scumbag. However, I do know that artists do, like, they don't mind giving discounts and stuff like that. Just because, you know, repeat customers and all that. Because it's like a brain, it's like an illusion thing. if you get a discount, right, that automatically means higher quality, therefore, you know, you're more inclined to buy more. It's why stores do buy one, get one. Like a store will have, you know, one item for $5. Oh yeah, you can't actually tell what's going on. Link's moving slowly and Midna's freaking out. Because there's bugs. This dungeon has insects. Now, mind you... Microphone was reading audio. Mind you, like, I do plan, like, because I'm using them primarily for editing, right? Eventually they will be Twitch emotes. Or probably YouTube stream emotes first. I don't want to jump straight into Twitch. Because most of my audience is over here on YouTube. I might multi-stream, who knows? Plus, I feel like YouTube streams are just easy. Actually, no, I guess they're harder to find and watch. Because you get so many people doing the stupid 24-hour broadcast, like rebroadcasts of all of their videos. Like right now, finding like people streaming Dark Souls isn't the easiest. Because you get, there's someone doing, there's one that's like constantly running where it's like 24/7 Soulsborne marathon, and it's just, they recorded mediocre gameplay. Or most likely they stole gameplay from other people. And are just infinitely like broadcasting it. And it makes finding like people who are actually like worth watching very difficult. So I might just do Twitch someday. You are a son of a bitch! That's it, I'm kicking your ass except with paint. Come here, you little bastard. Come here. Where are you? Fine, you guys want to behave yourselves and stay over there? I'll accept that. No, a red rupee. Ow. Come here. Yeah. I do kind of feel bad for it. Getting a huge discount. But... because I always feel like I don't like taking deals from artists, really, because I always feel like I'm ripping them off, or... anything like that. Plus the whole mentality of, you get what you pay for. Oh, okay, yeah, this part. I'll show it off normally. So, you kill it, and it's like, okay, he's dead. Let me go over here. Let me grab my chest. Oh, well, that hints as to what you're meant to do. Really? But you kill him and he comes back. So what you meant to do is you place a bomb on his body. And of course, the quickest way to do it is just bomb arrow their corpse after you kill them. I think the wolf tells you how to do this. Is it only like this one? I guess so. I thought you had to light them all. In like a particular order. Okay, what happens if I light them? Oh. I guess maybe if you do it wrong, like snakes or something fall on top of you. And if referencing the forest temple wasn't enough... Oh yeah, I also want to point out that the artist is also giving me, like, on the list of details of, like, all the ways that I'm getting extra value out of it. What is it? There's the large picture, there's, yeah, there's, like, the large picture bundle, there's the discount or the amount she's knocking off for the Fiverr funding silliness. There's all that. She also... I wanted to get one of the emotes where it's like the character, like they're leaning back and they're like shocked or scared or whatever. But, like, and their ghost is coming out of them. But the ghost looks like... them. Actually, I think I have an image of it. Actually, I know I have an image of it. I know I have an image of it because I had to collect a bunch for the previews I gave her. Trying to find one that doesn't look like doesn't have like blood or whatever on it, so one of them's kind of bloody. Yeah, something like this, where it's like the character, but then they have like their ghost leaving their body, but the ghost looks kind of like them. I want something like that. But because that picture has what she considers an extra character, she should be charging me extra for it, but isn't. I mentioned earlier that I have an issue taking discounts and stuff from artists because I always feel like I'm ripping them off. But I don't ever like turning them down either, because that feels like you're turning down someone's generosity. A sinkhole? Yeah. I always feel like I'm turning down generosity, which in my head, I'm able to... Well, one, like, don't get me wrong, there's a bit of greed to it, where it's like, oh, I'm getting something out of the deal. But in my head, there's also... there's also, like, an amount of, I can swallow my pride and accept, you know, a deal or kindness from someone. Because doing that, like, getting a discount or whatever, like, that's not considered fully rude. Like, I know it, it's just how I feel about it. Having someone try to be nice and then turning them down can be seen as rude. It feels like I'm saying that I'm too good for their kindness. Which is honestly not the message I want to give. So I can swallow my pride and, you know, accept the discount if it means I'm not being rude to somebody. What is the blue dot on the map? Yeah, what in the world? What's... Oh, Uku. Yeah, because I know where the dungeon item is. It's in that... No, that's the boss. Or a boss key. Oh, there's the dungeon item. Yeah, because I think... Yeah, I think I remember how this works. There's a... I have to pull a chain. Yeah, it's like I have to pull a chain and run through the temple, like this room with all the spikes. Yeah, and I knew there was something to do with the, side that had the re-dead there. Because back to my original point about not wanting to be rude. Who wants to work with someone who's rude, right? The way I'm sure artists see it is, with repeat customers, you do technically make a lot more money if you do offer a bit of leniency. Phew, free glass. Oh yeah, she recognizes. Because, you know, doing stuff like that, I'm sure brings in repeat customers, which earns a lot more money. But I never want to, like, bank on that. No. I never want to, you know, act like, oh yeah, if you give me a discount, I'll, you know, buy more. Hell no. I don't want to hold that over an artist's head. So I guess you can't kill them if they're not awake. I don't ever want to be like, oh, if you give me a discount, I'll buy more. No. Although in my case, that usually, like, is the case. I do usually, because it shows that the artist is willing to be accommodating and kind. But I don't ever want to bank on that kindness. I don't ever want to use it as, like, a leveraging token. Because I don't want to work with an artist who's a hard ass. Oh, do I have to be human? I want an actual boss in this game that you do fight as a... Wolf Link. I don't think this game actually has one. The closest thing is that big bug you fight. Time for arguably one of the weirdest items in any of the Zelda games. The spinner. It is one of the weirdest Zelda items. It's a Beyblade that can attach to magnetic rails. If it propelled itself forward, or if like doing that made it go further, it would be nice. But the top doesn't actually do much on its own without a rail. Well, that hurt. Like, that's pretty much its only purpose. Is rail riding. That, and arguably it can help you get across sand. But, like, it's only useful for this dungeon because there's no real quicksand anywhere else. Yeah, its uses are very, very situational. It's less of like just an item you get to use and more of just like a key. It's basically like when in an RPG you get an item where it's like, you got the item to make a boat wherever you want. You can traverse water with it, but only at specific docks. It's like, oh, well, great. Wording that as like an ability you have gotten just kind of feels disingenuous. Or disingenuous. Oh, come on. Feels disingenuous. Stop it. It's like if in Metroid Dread the game was like, you unlocked the Omega Cannon. You can use this super powerful weapon to kill the enemies. But then it locks it to only those certain spots. That is kind of what it does. But it doesn't treat it like a power-up. It just treats it like just a thing. Also, this is more or less the main purpose of the spinner, is you can just activate contraptions. Also, it is nearly 6 o'clock, as mentioned before. Although this would be like 2 days after, so... Plus however many months in the future this is going up. If you had continued up that track, it would have been a dead end, and you couldn't have gone up to the door. Oh, excuse me. Not really at risk of dying in this fight, but I do really hate this fight. Really, no fairy. Huh. Okay. So I mentioned before that Morphle is like one of the worst fights in the game. This one is my least favorite. Personally, my least favorite fight. There's also a glitch you can do. Where's the glitch? Come on. That's right here. Here's the glitch. You can just connect to the ground here, because there's a track going around. And it just glitches out. Yeah, there we go. Because of course, right, like this, of course, is the boss. You still live. How astonishing. No wonder some call you hero. But this is truly a bittersweet reunion. Truly. For I fear this is the last time I will see you alive. For the most part, I like Zant. He's a weird villain, but I like him. Twilight Fossil Stellord. Which is the Lord Stelphos. So, I hate this fight for multiple reasons. It's a spinner fight. You have to smash his spinal column. Yeah, I don't know if the music's too loud. I hate him for multiple reasons. You have to smash a spinal cord with the spinner. Spinners are on the track, and more spawn the more you hit them, which is annoying. And he has another annoying feature. He has those little ghosts that spawn. Which you can bounce off of. And killing them's not enough. Because they come back. Plus, like, he can block you, and... The spinners are also faster than you. Which is annoying. I just don't like this fight. This one wasn't too bad of a showing, but this fight normally takes me like 30 minutes of rage. I hate this fight so much. But at least he's easy enough to beat. At least he's easy enough to beat, which is nice. Just hit him in the spine a couple times and he's done. Weird though that you have to do all this little cutscene stuff afterwards. Nope. Yeah, there's a reason you don't get the heart piece right after. Also, fun little Easter egg in this fight. Listen to the music. Music is King Dodongo from Ocarina of Time. Yeah, and now it's not bad enough that you have to go up and fight them. They're spinners now. You do get enough of a warning about them, thankfully, but I really hate the fact that they are on the track with you. I take damage from that? Yep, and now the outer tracks have spinners. It seems like though the spinners go away when he shows up. Which I didn't know. That's actually nice. Yeah, it's actually a nice detail that they go away when he is being attacked. That's, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I didn't know that. But yeah, the King Dodongo Volvagia theme, that just is his boss theme, is really nice. It's a good rendition of the song, too. Nice and triumphant. I just wish it wasn't ruined by the song you get when you are capable of attacking a boss. Your life energy has been increased. Now the game I have the spinner, which... Look on the map. It unlocks three things. One in Lost Woods. One in, I think, like, this path, because there's a spinner track. And then there's a grotto that requires it. It is super stupid. Oh, you can't actually... Yeah, I forgot. You can't actually see the pop-ups. Whoopsies. 19. Sadly, I'm missing one. Okay, do I want to do this cutscene now? I did hold off on the Zant one last time. No, because the Zant one starts its own little progression thing. This one doesn't. This one's just a cutscene, and then it tells you about the remaining dungeons you have to go to. And, like, the spinner can't even go up, like, stairs, or... It is arguably the most useless item. I say arguably, because there is one that is considered infinitely worse. Mirror chamber. Stones? Yep. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, screw this. Play them the way you're meant to. I like how they don't even, like, care about you. They don't care about you at all. Like, they'll just wander around the arena until they see you. I forgot you had to mash the button. I also find it weird that this ancient Gerudo statue has no chest. Like, not out of a perversion sense, just out of a sense that, like, video games normally with women, they have a chest. Like, that's usually just how you do it in kids' games. Let's say you show that it's a woman character. So that was a Gerudo, which means it was a woman. Also, this part. This is a somewhat lengthy cutscene, I believe. It also has, like, my final, a final character that I had a crush on when I was a kid. It is the final one, and it is arguably the one that answered the most questions. It's arguably the crush that had answered the most questions for me for my future life. A dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. Notice with these symbols, these are the medallions from Oot. That one's fire. That one's spirit, and it's broken. Or no, that one was light that's broken. That one's spirit, I believe. That one's grass? And then there's like a water one. Like, it's all 6 of them. But the light one's specifically busted. And I think the light one's also missing a person. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddesses, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. I think that one's Shadow. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is... Ganondorf. And this version of Ganondorf, I had a big crush on when I was a kid. He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in hopes of establishing dominion over the Sacred Realm. And arguably this one answered the most questions for me. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder, renowned for his aggression, I think. I don't like when it doesn't give me time to pause or read. But he was blind. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus he was exposed, subdued, and subjugated. Yet. It's also playing the escape theme from Ocarina, which is nice. By some divine prank, he too had been chosen with blessed with the chosen power of the gods. So that's particularly why the one with that symbol was dead or gone, because Ganon kills him. Or Ganondorf kills him. Because Ganon and Ganondorf are technically two different beings. Ganondorf is just the man who typically houses Ganon. I like how the sages look in this game. It's interesting. Yeah, that's the ticker that you're supposed to realize that he's dead. His abiding hatred and lust for malice lust for power turn to purest malice. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant. You're just now figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late. Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight, so Zant could merely break it into pieces. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land. One is in the snowy mountain heights, one is in an ancient grove, and one is in the heavens. You who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the three pieces. But you must be prepared for a dangerous power resides in those fragments. So yeah, like as the game progresses, you can see that Midna and Link get along quite a bit better. Deep mountain snow, or snow is ancient wood, somewhere in the sky. Yep. I believe in this, right now, the game opens up and you can pick which place you want to go. I think that's how it works. I think you get full reign. I think that's how it works. Yeah, because I think... Yeah, to go up to the... Because normally it's the snowy area you go to first, and then you go to the... You go to the Temple of Time stuff. Oh, spoiler, sorry. That was actually a big spoiler, Jesus Christ. Yeah, actually no, it's... Yeah, I think I could do Ancient Wood, the Snowy Mountain. I think I could do those in either order. But then the last one has to be done on its own progression. What other items did I? I apparently can't get all the... I need one more Poe. Yeah, where do I want to go now? I think the snowy area might be where I want to go, because it is just my favorite dungeon. Yeah, I might actually. It would let me clean up some of the Zora's River stuff. Okay, what is it? Is it because it's thinking I don't have this dungeon completed? That I can't get the items up on that mountainous section. Yes. Oh yeah, no, that's more than what it's thinking. It's thinking I need the dungeon item. Okay, well I guess I'll go do the snowy stuff later. I gotta end this part off and then run off to the library, so... Go accept the new chibi and then use that for next time, so... Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, I didn't get much money in, that dungeon. It's a bit interesting. Normally you get a ton of money. I should also probably go to Kakariko and get the one ghost there I missed. Anyway. Oh, so yeah, the mask shard is now replaced with mirror shards. That's the new MacGuffin. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.